is going to like take a U-turn. So they are doing everything possible for you not to get your PVC, or for you not to be able to like, what's that word? What's the word they always say?
Don't think it. No, don't
something your constitutional
don't
rights.
overthink
What was
it.
it? Exercise your constitutional rights. Hi everyone.
Sup, people. What's happening? Kilo Shele.
Welcome.
Hope everyone is doing okay.
I'm doing okay.
Well, I was not asking you, okay? I was asking the people, okay? Behave yourself. Welcome to the Shrine Podcast, the show where we talk about pop culture, lifestyle, technology, and music from our lens as young Nigerians. For now, living in Nigeria.
For now. For now.
Welcome to the show, guys. As we always say, the Shrine Podcast is the show that has got lots of bands with a hint.
A
little hint
a
of
dash.
seriousness. Okay, thank you guys for joining us this morning. Whatever time it is we are recording this. As usual, my name is Akindare, your co-host, and with me on the show today is
Jemima, your co-host.
Welcome, people.
Welcome. Yes.
Okay, so how are you doing?
Why are you looking at me like that?
I want to know how you're doing.
I'm doing good.
I want to
Thanks
stay
for
at it with
asking.
intent so that you know
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm doing okay. My week went good. It was a productive week, at work. A friend of mine came over for the New Year holiday, and she came from US of A. So, we hung out and all of that. It was a good week. Not bad. We thank God for small misses.
While I'm a girlfriend for US of A.
Now you know that one, no.
US of A.
Now you know that one, no. What about you? How was your week?
Mine was good. Was a bit hectic. I got back on the commute.
Lagos commute.
The Lagos commute is disgusting. That's all I can say. But it was good, second week back at work. Everybody too was just, most of my colleagues were just resuming back. So it was kind of
everybody coming with that fresh New Year energy.
Everybody was feeling themselves. So
are people wearing new things?
Wearing
new shoes, or like new clothes or things like that.
I don't know. I didn't really
looking.
I was too focused on my own
business.
drip. I was too focused on my own drip to notice anything.
All right.
But yeah, I think everybody had good holidays. They were chill. So
all right, cool.
It was a decent week.
We bless the Lord.
Can't complain. What do we have on the menu today?
Today we just want to contribute our own quota as good citizens. I wanted to say a good citizen. As good citizens, right?
Do you know what? Before you go on, let me tell you something. Oh, need light in my car. Okay, feel free to give us one or two bombs.
No, I don't want this
It's
year.
okay,
I
we
don't want to
mind.
be using my bomb. I don't want you to be using my bombs.
We don't mind.
Let's
it.
use bombs from you. I feel like
I
feel like
bombs.
you drop bombs, or like we don't listen, like we don't.
I don't do.
We don't
bombs.
really. We don't be like concentrating
My
on you.
English is impeccable.
But yeah,
Okay.
so we
It's
want to contribute
unfuckable.
our quota, right? As good citizens, to talk about just the forthcoming elections that is coming. It's less than a month, right? Or a month and a half.
No.
This is
It's more than a month.
It's more than a month.
February
29?
No, not 29.
6?
28 or 26, 26, I think it is.
26, yeah. Anyways, yeah, just to, talk about what the chatter has been online for the presidential candidate, and just talk about, encouraging people to get their PVC. Go and get your PVC. They said there are thousands of PVCs at different polling units and different wards, and there are also like codes that you can text to check like what your ward is. So please get your PVC. But let me ask you, are you voting for anybody this?
No,
Wow.
I am not voting.
You should say yes. You can't be saying no when we are trying to admonish people to vote and get their PVC.
No, like honestly, it's not my fault. I have tried several times to get through my PVC process. It just never works out for whatever reason. because I don't know. I have a life, and the process is not designed to be easily taken advantage of. So I don't have a PVC, is why I'm not voting. But if I had, then I don't have, not because I've not picked it up. Like literally, even the registration, like me and my colleagues, we tried several ways, times. Time I spent at CBS queuing and all kinds of things. We're just never able to do it before the deadline. So but if I was voting, I would know who I would be voting for.
Who are you voting for? Talk now.
I am voting for Emil. No. Fuck no. I'll be voting, if I was voting, I'd be voting for Peter Obi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like personally, it's just I don't like to put myself into Nigerian politics and things like that because it's just so much headache. And after the whole thing we went through with Buhari, I just can't do it anymore. But I feel like Peter Obi is the difference in like all of the everything seems normal, like the normal way Nigerian presidential election would look like, the normal candidates that will come out, the normal things they talk about. But I think Peter Obi is just the one difference for this particular election. I hope he wins, but deep down, I feel like he might not win just because of, the way Nigeria is and like the corruption and things like that. But I also think telling people to get their PVCs, because think about it, right? People they make the PVC process very hard, right? They make it very, you're not able to get it like quickly, right? And there's a reason they do that. They know that if you have your PVC, then you have your voice. Then it's going to be harder for them to rig the election, right? Or to do something that would, favor their candidate. So they will make it really, really hard. But the kicker is that if people are able to get their PVCs, and at least for this election that we are about to go into, and people make the right choice, they know that it's going to mean that everything that they've worked for or everything that they've done, like corruption wise, is going to like take a U-turn. So they are doing everything possible for you not to get your PVC, or for you not to be able to like, what's that word? What's the word they always say?
Don't think it. Don't
something your constitutional rights. What is it? Exercise your constitutional right.
Oh, you don't need to be thinking about this.
Exercise your constitutional right. So I feel on that level, like it might not win because they would definitely try to rig it. But like you too, I would vote for him if I had my PVC, right? So all of this talk just to say I don't have PVC. I have.
So are you voting?
I will vote if I'm in the country. I would definitely vote if I'm in the country, right?
And if you are voting, you would vote Obi.
I would definitely vote Obi because.
What about in the governorship elections? Oh, by the way, for those that don't know, the reason why elections are such a big deal is because Nigeria has major elections happening in February, and they are the presidential, House of Reps, and Senate, I believe. I don't think the governorship ones are happening on the same day as the presidential ones. So, that's why I just wanted to give you guys that context. Over to you.
Yeah, you say who am I voting for governor? Honestly, this governorship candidate, I would not lie, I've not really been like following up on who they are, like things like that, right? But I would think for a breath of fresh air, I would go for Jandor and Funke Akindele, because I just the same way with Obi, it's like that's that thing that is different, right? That is somebody that, because I've seen a couple of clips of him talking, on channels or whatever. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like deep into what he's saying, like economically or things like that. But he sounds like somebody that has a good head on his shoulders, and he sounds like somebody that like knows that there is something that needs to be done in this like state, and that should be done. And then there's Funke Akindele, obviously, who is a veteran and all of that. So I believe that from a change perspective, right? From a
mentioned change like this, Buhari 2050 just flashed from my head,
bro. Like at every given time, I would not pass on an opportunity to tell old people that you guys fucked up, right? Because how did you people sell this guy to us? That's Buhari now. That we voted him in. People are saying able to
Twice.
change twice.
It was wild. That
Twice.
second one, I could not believe my eyes.
And
I was
look
like,
at where we are.
We really are going to do this again? Really?
Look at where we are.
Wow.
So yeah, that's those are the people I will vote for, Sha. So
Well, we should also caveat this with that, like, we are not political pundits.
no.
Yes, I don't think Jemima and I are like that extremely well versed in like Nigerian politics. And waiting.
I don't even care because, like, I'm 30 years old and Atiku has been contesting since, since before, like, I'm over 30 and he's been contesting since they gave birth to me and he's still contesting now. So I don't really care so much.
I mean, I feel like people should care.
Well, yeah.
You should care because ultimately it will touch you,
It'd be like
So you
silly
should
fan.
care.
Have you heard you say that thing? I'll be
Yes.
standing
Nigeria
fan.
be like standing fan. Sooner or later, you go blow reach your side.
Go blue reach your
So-
side.
Like, yeah. I mean, I care in that, like, obviously, I want what is best for the country. Like, I don't want to be advocating for people to jackpot. You get? The only reason why I advocate for people to jackpot is because the distance between like being able to live a healthy life here, commensurate, and like doing the kind of work that would manifest it is so huge compared to if you do that in another environment.
Yeah, true.
Right, that's the only reason why I encourage people to jackpot, because my friend Fuad always says that, like, at the very least Nigeria is a 20-year project, and he usually frames it in terms of like the educational system. So you do 6 years, you do 3 years nursery, you do 6 years
6
primary,
years.
you do 6 years, that's
Secondary or high school.
15, and then you do
4 years.
1 year service. That's like roughly 20 years, right? So in that time frame, like, that's literally, those are like the most formative years, right? So he basically says it like that's how you can bring about a new generation,
True.
right? So the executive director of Enough is Enough Nigeria, Ms. Yemi Adamolekun, always says that, like, you should care about politics from a selfish standpoint, because if there are good roads, it's for your benefit. If there are good schools, if there's free education, it's for your benefit, you and your children, your family, right? So, like, civic participation and caring about politics and what happens. Now, it's not everybody's cup of tea, obviously,
Yeah.
right? But you should engage with it in some way. Like, look at the candidates, look at what they are saying, like, draw your own conclusions, like, in whatever way that you can. Maybe you don't have PVC to implement conclusions. You be right, but still you can encourage other people, to do the same thing. And I think one of the biggest issues we've always had in Nigeria elections is what they call voter apathy, which is that voter turnout has always been historically low.
Yeah. That's why they
And
always. That's why they.
shouting, "Get your
And that's why they can
PVCs
rig now.
Yes.
Because that's why
Yes. So that's why I shouting,
important.
like, get your PVC.
and actually get it and do actually go out and vote, because getting it is one thing, right? But using it is the end game. Is the end
Voting
goal.
in Nigeria is,
Have you ever voted?
No.
Never.
No.
Really?
I have never ever voted in my life. I'm one of the
And
few
what?
people-
You're 33?
Relax, Jesus Christ, relax, okay? Don't be rushing me, don't be adding.
But
don't
you're
dey
going to be 33
you dey
in a
rush me
couple
to
of
reach-
weeks.
You dey rush me to reach 50.
But you'll be
I mean,
33 in a couple
40,
of weeks.
wetin
So
happen?
what? You're 33
No,
regardless.
32. Okay, I'm gonna be 32 in
Are you sure?
2.5 weeks.
Are you sure you're going to be 32 or 33? Think about it though.
It's 32 now.
Okay,
That's
okay.
91 will be me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who be this up now? Did they say rent to me?
You have never voted? Wow, I have voted.
Yeah, I've never voted. When did you vote? And who
No,
did you
let's
vote
not
for?
go into that. Let's just move on, okay? Let's just
Is
move
this
on.
going to reflect badly on you?
Let's just move on and go into, So, before, right, when I was young, I used to think that Nigeria had like maybe just two political parties, like PDP and APC. Oh, it's always been PDP and APC, right? Or like the broom and the
Well,
umbrella, whatever
names
it is,
are-
but
the APC
I've
has
always
the name,
known
but yeah.
broom and umbrella. But imagine my shock when I grew older and I realized that it's not just those two parties, but then I now understood like the way politics work, like the two
main.
But like what we're seeing now is that there's that other party that is threatening the two main parties, right? And everybody in the two main parties are now running helter skelter, like, oh, what do we do? How do we ensure that? Because what can happen is, what if Labour Party becomes the president, right? Or goes into presidency, then it becomes higher up party, right?
No, it's not necessarily.
Okay, it can still become APC,
it will
APC,
become the
PDP.
incumbent party, and then they will have opposition. So you might have two oppositions in form of PDP and APC compared to before, where if it was PDP that was APC, the other one is just the opposition.
Yeah.
So you might have more opposition now, but like it's not. I mean, in a way, if you win the election and like you win the highest office in the land, obviously that then gives your party sort of like more
clout,
political clout, and I guess resources, and then obviously more people, depending on how that government performs, more people might feel affinity and want to move. Okay, let me join this party that they are doing.
Speaking about parties, there's a question I've always wanted to ask: like, do people vote for parties or do they vote for the person?
So that's another thing in politics that is very weird. And it's something that America and the UK are, for the past 5, 6, 7 years, they've been dealing with it. And that is that it's crazy. Sometimes, ideally, people should vote based on the person.
The person, right?
Right? Ideally. But more often than not, people often vote for the party. So, for example, now, if you look at past ballot papers in Nigerian elections, presidential elections, there are no candidate names. It's an empty box and then the party logo.
They didn't even write the party name.
You just said earlier that you've always just known that there was Umbrella Party and Broom Party, right? So they already have this massive advantage in terms of just how easily recognizable they are because of the history and obviously.
So psychologically, that plays a role.
Did you get what I'm saying? So that's also another thing. There has been debates about like redesigning ballot papers and like making it more.
I think even if you use the logo, use the name.
But the problem is that like the political party is, although people can run independently, you don't actually have to be part of a political. I'm not sure about the Nigerian laws, but I know in America at least, you don't have to be part of a party to contest an election. You can contest as an independent.
Right.
There have been few people that have won elections in
independently
US as independents. She gets. But because the political infrastructure in Nigeria is just so that since 1999, the political parties,
they've always run things.
So that's the reason why someone like a Banky W go to PDP.
Exactly. Do you get like, but
because
PDP does not have sense. Like me, I'm thinking PDP is a foolish party. I would rather a Banky W be in another party, but I also understand that like it's the person. It's not
if when it comes, when they say Etiosa election now and they present the ballot paper, right? You see the umbrella. You might not even remember that Banky
is Banky that is the candidate. Yeah.
You get, but you see the umbrella and then. So I also see why to be honest, if not that PDP decided to give their ticket to Atiku, we all know that Obi would have been the presidential candidate for the PDP, which would have, all this that we are saying that he might not win, would have not been saying that.
We will not be saying that now.
We will not be saying that. Like, soft. Do you get? Like, he will give Tinubu a run for his money, guaranteed. Do you get? So, but like, at the end of the day, too,
when party is not aligning.
Politics is all about leverage. And politics is that's why I struggle with it. It's a very weird game.
There's no white or black. There's no right or wrong.
Yes,
there's no it's just
permanently gray.
It's permanently gray. And you just
permanently
choose your battles.
You make your alliances. That's why all this campaigning that they are doing. They are going around talking to market women. But they're also going to see traditional rulers. They are going abroad to see diaspora people. All this kind of stuff it's a very, very weird game, and in Nigeria is even more so. And I just think that I think the reason why this year's election is this huge to everybody is because, just like you mentioned earlier, we've never had a third force. It's always been the two main political parties. That's even in the MK Abiola days, it was actually, one either the Western one or the Northern party. Like it was either or. You get, it was not like there were 7
that are giving everybody a run for their money.
You get, so our political space has not been that open.
And it's also expensive. So nobody has money.
Yes, now politics is expensive. Do you know how much? APC, they were selling their presidential from 100 million naira. That's how much some entire businesses are worth. You get. So I mean, it's expensive, and then in places like Nigeria where like there are no clear upheld rules around campaign financing, right? So
like nobody knows. It's just coming in.
Just happening that
they are just washing the money.
But all of that being said, right? So for those that don't know, there are 4 main candidates in the Nigerian presidential elections.
Who's the fourth person?
You hear? There is what's it called? There is look at that. Even as far back as 1993, there were only 2 main political parties, SDP and NRC.
And yes, I remember that.
From reading, I remember that Social Democratic Party, SDP, was the...
Is that the
It was sort of like the Western dominated party, like Yorubas and Igbos and like sort of people in the western part of, southern part of Nigeria. And then the National Republican Convention was very northern based, very northern focused. I remember from reading about it. So what was I saying from that?
There are 4 candidates.
4 candidates. So we have Bola Ahmed Tinubu,
APC,
of the All People's
Congress Party.
Is that what it's called? APC,
or Congressive, whatever
they are
it
the
is.
incumbents. They are the ones that are currently in power. There is Atiku Abubakar of...
it's go back and start from
Progressives Congress. APC is All
people.
Progressives Congress, not All People's Congress.
It's PDP that is people.
The PDP is People's Democratic Party.
Yep.
And their candidate is Atiku Abubakar, was former vice president of Nigeria.
And has been contesting since 1991.
Since 1993.
On 1993.
Actually. Tinubu was also a former governor of Lagos and a former senator of the Federal Republic. And then the third candidate is Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State, running under the Labour Party. And the fourth candidate is Rabiu Kakwanso, who is running under NNPP. I don't know what that means.
That's the former
New
governor
Nigeria
of Kano
People's
State or something,
Progressives, right? I don't know what that means. But NNPP, is a former governor as well, and I think a former senator as well. So
he's really contesting for real.
Yeah, he has according to what most of the political pundits are saying, is NNPP means New Nigeria Party, New Nigeria People's Party. But what most people are saying about Kakwanso is that he has a huge... I think it was supposed to be him. I suspect it was him and Peter Obi are supposed to run for the PDP ticket in the primaries. But he has a lot of clout in the nutshell, and that's the big deal. So essentially, of all of them, Peter Obi is a standout candidate to educated Nigerians. Anyways, it seems like most of the educated Nigerians are rooting for Obi. And I think personally the reason why is because he's not from the establishment, right? Tinubu and Atiku and Kakwanso all have ties and links to the way Nigerian politics has historically been run. In fact, Tinubu has the reputation to be something of a kingmaker. He fully takes credit for Buhari's success in 2015. Because that one too had contested 4 times before then. He finally won with the help of Tinubu. So, he has a godfather sort of element going on with him. Atiku has been trying to be president since 1993. He was vice president for 8 years. I don't know what he's still looking for. He's 75
Just
years
for
old.
that alone, I don't even want him in. When I speak to you, they will say, oh, he's going to privatize. He's going to do XYZ. He's going to this.
That's
there
what
is
they're saying about Atiku. They'll say, oh, he's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
Name one of his businesses.
Nigeria.
Okay, Dangote is a businessman. We know he's Abi.
Exactly. So why not?
Abdul Samad Rabiu, that is a businessman. We know BUA Group. right? We will know. So if you have run successful businesses, show you're working. Why don't we know them? Do you get what I'm saying? So all of them, they all seem like birds of the same feather. But Peter Obi was Anambra State governor for 8 years, and he's notorious for leaving plenty money for the next administration, for reducing government spend.
His track record.
His track record is great. He did a lot of great things, and he also is not part of the establishment as such, right? But I don't think Peter Obi winning is necessarily going to like push Nigeria
change
forward
anything.
10 years, right? I think if Peter Obi wins, what it signifies is that it is possible for someone or an entity other than the establishment to have power.
So
in
hope.
Nigeria. Yes, hope. And hope is a very powerful thing. It's the same hope that Tinubu and Atiku and all of them, they are leveraging on.
Hoping.
Did you get the hope that some of this national cake too will touch me? That's what their fans and their supporters are thinking. Did you get?
Yeah.
The hope that all the market women that they go and share money for, share rice for,
they would come
the
through.
hope that those women have that maybe if this person enters, I'll be able to send my children to school, or maybe my situation will change. That's what they are also banking. That's what they're leveraging on, right? But the kind of hope that Nigeria needs is kind of the hope that NSAS gave us.
That revolutionary kind.
That kind that way we are like, you know what? We can, if this guy is not doing well, we can actually just remove him.
Can kick him out. Because that's what a lot of people like to say. They say, oh, we'll vote them, and if they're not performing, we'll kick them out. When did they kick Buhari out? Buhari still entered again.
Exactly.
The second term.
Exactly. So I think it's something that like we are not used to. We are not used to having it. We've never had a third force. Do you get?
That is this strong and like contending on a way that
not even this strong. Just that even exists. Period. Sure you get. So I think that's why it's so powerful. And the reason why people keep saying it's unlikely that he'll win is because the establishment and what has been there before, they've been there before for a reason. PDP, ADP, these people have extensive infrastructure, grassroots. Like they've been doing this for time.
Decades.
They've been winning elections. Lagos has been an APC state since 1999. Like one party has constantly back to back won the election in Lagos.
That's
since
too much monopoly.
1999.
Like that's why they have the
Think about the level of support and like how much campaigning, how much they've
ingrained themselves. Yeah.
Did you get? And Peter Obi is coming to try and do that in a year and a half, a year ish. So it's like,
I mean, even if he doesn't win, I feel like he's engraving himself in people's minds. So the next election,
if he does
will
not
probably
win,
be.
I think if he does not win, he should just position himself as opposition and just start working
Keep
for
at
the
it.
next election, because that one he's very likely to win that. He's very likely to win that. I don't even think if he wins, like, I think he will do great stuff. He will do a lot of good work. But I think because the rot and the country
And
has
the
just
time is too
damaged
short.
so much that
You were saying something earlier about the debt.
22 trillion in domestic debt, bro. In 2022, for those of you that don't know, for every 1 naira that the government made, it spent 80 kobo of that 1 naira servicing debt. Okay? Our debt, external debt, has ballooned between 2014 and 2015 and now has ballooned by almost 200%. We are looking at over $39 billion in external debt.
Is Peter Obi going to come and do his magic wand?
You get me?
And do abracadabra? I feel like his first 2 years is going to be just focused on sorting out the shit that
writing,
in fact the whole 4 years, but we shall use
Possibly.
1 year to at least maybe
Yeah.
deliver on what he said on his manifesto. But
Yeah.
those first few years are going to be really intense
For not even for anybody.
for
that
anybody.
gets it.
Yeah, for anybody really.
If they want to see any change, anybody that gets the job is going to be rough for them. Guaranteed. Like guaranteed, because things are so.
Where do you want to start
It's very
from?
easy to forget that ASU actually was on strike for 8 months in 2022.
Oh, we
8
forgot
whole
that.
months
Right?
in 2022. Do you get? So
That's
like,
2
there's-
semesters or 3 semesters. That's
No,
almost
that's a year.
that's a year, right?
That's easily a year.
A school
Gone.
year.
Just like that. You know, there's the subsidy issue with fuel. You can imagine 2021 NNPC, the NNPC refinery in Kaduna reported zero income. Zero. Not one department though. The
A whole
entire
refinery.
refinery. Zero.
No,
Do you
no,
get?
no, no, no.
There's also the exchange rate situation. There's all these monetary restrictions. There's inflation. Unemployment is at 33 fucking percent. You get like there's so much work to be done. So every day police is killing somebody left, right. We've not even touched. Now we are also used and jaded to Boko Haram. Now we don't even talk about Meduguri and the North and Sambisa Forest again. Like, we don't even talk about that again. Like we've just
gone
the
ahead
other
with
day
it.
in
Like,
Owo,
let's
last
just
year,
keep moving on.
we went to a church and massacred people. Anyhow, we've just moved on. We are so jaded to it now. Like so the challenges are, see, Nigeria is a problem solver's dream. There is no shortage of problems to solve. Like there is no shortage. It choke, it full, abundant.
Choke.
Every year, building is collapsing in Lagos. Every single year, police is killing people left, right, center. There are no jobs. All your health expenses are out of your pocket, and that's even assuming you can access proper health care in the first place. And you're not doing that.
So, what kind of president do you think Nigeria needs now?
Nigeria needs, and that's why Peter Obi appeals to me a lot. Is that I think he does not mince words about, like, Nigeria needs someone that can make hard decisions. Because the truth of the matter is, it's going to be painful to get Nigeria back on track. There are going to be a lot
And
of
if we miss it
compromises.
this time, I feel like, hey.
There are going to be a lot of compromises to be made. There are going to be hard decisions to be made. Like, you need to say that, this bunch of people are going to suffer pain to solve.
Like, remove sentiment.
You know, like, that's what we need. Nigeria needs a president that will be able to play the tribal politics. Because, I want Nigeria, but at the end of the day, Nigeria has been shaped almost entirely by tribal politics.
Yeah, that's why.
Why was there a civil war? Do you get? Why was Tafawa Balewa prime minister and Nnamdi Azikiwe was president? What does that mean? Do you get? It's all been tribal politics. Do you get? North versus south. That's how it's always. Why did Biafra happen? Don't come and take my oil money. The oil that I'm taking from my land, I'm using it to fund the North. It's all. That's why they say 6 geopolitical zones. Atiku came in his manifesto and said, he wants to be doing distributed investments.
Waiting that one mean.
If we have 1 billion now, we want to invest that 1 billion equally across all the 6 geopolitical zones. Even though we all know that they perform differently. Do you understand? Some states have billions in internally generated revenue. Some states have barely anything. Do you get? So we need a president that will be able to play those tribal politics well. You understand? Because one of the biggest problems Nigeria has is trying to keep everybody happy.
And you cannot keep everybody happy.
You get? And we have what? More than 450 ethnic groups.
Where do you start from? Like, where do you want to kick off from?
We need a decisive president, someone that is willing to make hard decisions. We need someone that is able and competent to play the tribal politics or ethnic politics.
Yep.
We also need someone that is very global facing, because our international relations is absolute potopoto. Nigerian embassies everywhere, people are always complaining. All the time. If something happens to a Nigerian citizen elsewhere now, there's no guarantee that they will get reprieve or that their family will get any kind of justice. There's no guarantee. But if something should happen to an American now, in any country in this world,
at least you can be sure that
they shake. They are what? We need a president that can get us on that kind of stage where we are, trading and we are relating. Our diplomatic relations are on point. And Nigerians don't travel to other countries and they are giving you extra scrutiny at the airports because you have a green passport. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you know?
So we also need a president that, and this is not something that I should be saying, but we need a president that is healthy. No, it's true. We need a president that is healthy. We need a president that will not be spending 3-6 months out of the year abroad on medical, whatever. Do you understand?
They need to first of all fix what is not making them go abroad first.
Above all, what Nigeria really needs is someone that cares.
Sure.
See, if you look at the silly season that is Nigerian political campaigning season, right? You can just see it right there, Gidigba, that these people do not fucking care. They don't rate us.
I mean, if they rate us, nobody will be using their campaign slogan as Emiloko.
You are not saying, if you rate us, if you rate
better infrastructure or better security, you are saying it's my turn.
You get.
That's why I should vote for you.
So most politicians don't care. If you look at a good example of someone that cares, is Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State.
Right.
I can't count how many testimonials I've seen of people saying that my mother said Seyi Makinde paid pension. Do you know he's paying pensioners 13th month?
Look at that. That means it's possible.
Of course.
Like some people come to say, you can't make this clinical work, like this system cannot work. But there's somebody doing it.
There's not, see, that's why all the political pundits, the economists, all these people, they are always so extremely frustrated when they are having debates on TV. Because Nigeria's problems are not things that like they require huge science head. You don't need to be Einstein to figure this shit out. Do you get? They can all, because they are the ones that know the work, right?
Yeah.
So they can all see that it just takes very little effort. Do you get? It's not like Seyi Makinde is doing anything like...
He's just doing his job.
Super. He's basically doing his job. But look at how much praise he's getting. Do you get? It's not like Fashola. It's not like Fashola did anything, life-changing. It's not like he turned Lagos to Dubai. Do you get? He did his job though, to a decent extent. And that's why he got the praise he got as governor of Lagos State. You understand? So it's definitely possible. Nigeria is incredibly best. Do you get? The biggest countries in the world, one of the main things is that they have a sizable population as well. America has 400 million people. China has like 2 billion now. Do you get? Every world power that you know, right? Their natural resources, human resources, and their population, they match. South Africa, they are seen like that. The population was 68 million or so in South Africa. Right? Now, when you have resources for those 68 million people and those resources are able to be distributed, I'm not saying that South Africa is the epitome of what we should be, but I'm saying that like when you have 200 million people, why is China a manufacturing hub? Why is why is India where all the drugs are made?
Those are the questions.
Do you get me? Like, we have all the resources, we have everything to be a great nation. It's not rocket science. It's definitely possible. Sure, you get, but you need somebody that cares
enough. I mean, if Buhari can come and say he has done what he like, they're asking him.
I don't know if you saw that video.
They're asking him who is he going to vote for.
Who is he going to vote for? The next president that he said he has done his own. He does not.
He's like, yeah, he's done. He does not care. Even his wife came and said, if they think the president, they have done their best. They have done their best. That's what they have done. Anyways, long and short of all this talk is get your PVC.
Please get your PVC. What I like though is that for sure, like we are definitely a more politically conscious country now than we were in 2015.
Yeah.
Gara, for sure. Like
I think because a lot of people are also now old enough to vote. Or do you understand? Like, a lot of people are old enough to vote now. So at least people know, like people there's hope, or at least there's something that they can see, like they're trying to grab onto, or like just look up to.
At the end of the day, there's something called Office of the Citizen. You know, the way democracy is supposed to work is that everybody comes together to make decisions for the collective good. Share you get. So by voting is how that's your own voice in that collective action for the collective good. Share you get. So, you know, there's power behind movement.
Yeah.
And so get your PVCs. Even if I don't vote in this election, even if I DAPA, I will still get my PVC. And I definitely intend to participate in Nigeria's politics, because at the end of the day, people that are there, their decisions will affect me, they will affect my children, they will affect my family, they will affect future generations of my family. You know? So it's important that we all participate. You don't have to be an APC or a PDP head, okay? Look at the candidates, do some research into their history, what they've done, their track record. Are they competent? What they are saying? You know, also Nigerians, we get very carried away with, we are going to make sure Nigeria is producing 5 million barrels of oil per day. How? Okay? Whenever a politician come and tell you, blow breeze up your ass, ask them how. How are you going to do this thing? How are you going to achieve this thing? That is the most important thing. So please, and please, let's.
I think in addition to that, for me, it's just like, you know, Peter Obi looks like or seem like the breath of fresh air and all of that, but still, you know, research, do everything you need to do, and like don't put. I feel like because he's a new candidate or he's something new and something fresh, people are now seeing him as a messiah or as somebody who's going to come and change things and
that is
just
actually
wave
a great point.
His magic wand.
Yes,
but it's going to be incredibly silly for you to think that that's good, like he's going to come and just change everything, abracadabra, like be a messiah, or like he's going to be infallible, or he's flawless, because he's going to make mistakes. You are going to question why you voted him, as with, you know, any other thing that you do. But like, just do your research and like just be convinced that it's somebody that cares or somebody that knows what they have to do.
Somebody that is speaking.
But I can say that do not vote for Atiku, because there's a reason that man has not won. There's a reason that man has not won since all this time. I feel like he's on a personal vendetta, and if he enters there, hey.
But you know,
have you seen Shetima's face?
It's a good point that you raised about Obi being the messiah. We need to understand that nobody's coming to save us. Okay? Even though Obi has great track record, whatever, he's not going to. Let's just remove from my mind that anybody that enters is going to do miracle in Florence. The Nigeria project, for us to get to that place that we want to be, that Dubai that we are seeing, I want to be like London, I want to be like Joe Bob, I want to be like this place, that place. It is consistent, systematic work.
Yes, sir.
These 4 years, person do something. The next 4 years, another person enter, carry and go front. Another person enter the next 4 years, carry and go front, like that. 25 years pass like this, country don't change.
Continuity, yes, exactly. That's what we need.
You understand? So, getting the right people in there is one thing. Let's win that battle first. Then continuity is another thing. But let's not be thinking that anybody is going to be our messiah and they'll come and save us. Okay? Let's just kill that in our minds. So yeah.
Yeah. Long and short.
That is that. So yeah, we on the Shrine Podcast hope that this year's elections go well and smooth, and there's been some chatter that they might
postpone it. I hope not.
I'm fully expecting it to be postponed. I don't think there's ever been. I can't remember an election that was not postponed.
But like a week or a couple of days.
There's always a postponement. The last one, they said something happened to the election material. It did not come on time. I don't know whether it's today. You are just knowing that you are going to do it. Anyway, let's not get into it. But yeah, I hope these elections are very important for Nigeria, because we are at a critical moment in our national history. Okay? And the world is also in a very interesting place. So we have to come correct. Share you get. So please get your PVCs, vote, look at the candidates, do your own research, form your own opinions. Do not vote along party lines. Okay? Vote along candidate lines. Okay? And hopefully we'll have Igbesi Ayo at the end of it all.
Come. When do they swear them in? Isn't that May? Come May 29.
No, June 12 now. No, May 29. May 29.
Well, come swearing in.
May 29 used to be Democracy Day before.
Come swearing in.
But now it's June 12.
We look forward to swearing in the new president of Nigeria in person of Peter Obi.
Peter Gregory Obi. Hopefully.
Peter Obi, hopefully.
Yeah.
If the stars aligns and, people get their PVCs and we do what's right.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But that being said, the presidency is not the only position being contested.
True, sure.
Your governors are important. Your state house of rep members are important. Your local government chairman, they are also important. Okay, these are the people that are going to be affecting your lives directly. Okay, president is good though, and he's taking over all the conversation now. But all those other positions, the National Assembly, the Senate, those are the people that will
those
make
ones
your
are
laws.
the ones that pay.
Those are the ones that approve your ministers. They are very powerful. Those are the ones that, that amend the constitution or not, etc. So, please and please.
Yep.
Let's make
please,
sure.
Please and please, let's exercise our civic duties. If you are old enough to vote, go out and vote for your candidates.
Yep.
Make informed decisions.
Yep.
Think about Nigeria. Vote for a president or a candidate that cares.
And vote for a governor, a senator,
a
House of Rep member, etc.
Hopefully,
we and for those of you that are outside Nigeria, please
diaspora.
Send us love and light. Wish us good luck. If you can secure your family members that are still here, in case of incasity, please do. But yeah, hopefully it all turns out well. And
that's the prayer.
We get to reap the fruits of our civic duties.
Amen. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. Thank you guys. I don't have any recommendation from
you don't have any recommendations.
You always have no recommendation, so go for it.
I did not come prepared.
You came unprepared.
My recommendation for this week is something called Waldo. If you do a lot of research and you use Google search, it's a very nice plugin that helps you focus and narrow your search. It's called Waldo, WALDO. It's currently free, I believe. So make sure you check it out. And my second recommendation for this week is that you listening to my voice right now, you tell at least two people about the Shrine Podcast.
Yes.
Those are my recommendations. So thank you very much, people, as always. Remember, get at us. Who are you voting for? What are your thoughts about Nigerian politics right now? Who is your candidate? Why are they your candidates? How do you think they are great for Nigeria? Please let us know. We love to hear from you guys. Mm-hmm. Let us know via email, theshrinepodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us or send us a DM on social media, Twitter @theshrinepod, or on Instagram @theshrine.pod. And also follow our clubhouse house @The Shrine. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening. You rock.
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Love you so much as always. Remember, follow me on Twitter. My handle is @Akindare.
You are still begging for followers.
Okay, this is not befitting of a man that have so much experience in doing work.
A man of status.
But thank you guys so much. Till next time. Peace out.
Peace out. Adios.